So as you leave Terminal D, you'll come right here where it will say Center City Train. And you can go down the stairs. And I think there's actually two ways we can do this. There's a second stairway over here where I see people gathering. So we'll go there as well. And this one, again, we've already bought our ticket. So we'll just go down these stairs and check it out. You can see the schedule and information right there. So today we are going to take the Septa from Philadelphia Airport to Center City. As you can see, we're at the station. This particular terminal, Terminal D, runs, at least on the weekdays, at the 39 and 9 on the hour, so every half hour. And I think these trains have run for the half hour. They actually make it pretty easy to get a ticket. And here you can get an idea of some of the stops. And right now we're in the Terminal CD one. Obviously the times are a little bit different for the others. Today, since we're just visiting for less than 24 hours, we're gonna just do a quick trip purchase. Septa's always been, this line has been here for a long time, and it's actually pretty easy, as you can see. We go to Center City, and we'll pay credit. Would we like receipt? Yes, probably should have that. Now, one of the nice things about this, oh, here's our ticket. That was super, super easy. And there's our receipt. Okay, fantastic. One of the great things about this line is it actually takes you right downtown. There aren't actually many airport lines that do that. New York does not have that. Boston has it, but you end up taking a shuttle bus and all sorts of other things. Chicago actually has it as well. So it's a nice thing for visitors, and it makes it super easy. We have a few minutes to wait for the train, but you can get an idea of the layout here, and we'll come back to you shortly. See, this is the train actually dropping people off here at Terminal D at the airport. It had just come in from Center City, so we'll probably see this exact train in a few minutes. As you can see from the sign on the front, I'm glad that they haven't changed these here. It still says where we're going, or in this instance, where this train is heading, which is to the airport. It actually makes it pretty easy and reasonably comfortable. So this guy here, and here he comes. If you like trains, this is always a fun one. You'll notice that the Septa trains are electric, and they actually have conductors. So. They've actually been this way for as long as I can. So they'll go, I think they'll continue on to Terminal E and turn around and see them in a few minutes. And here comes our ride. Now, interestingly enough, I learned that they didn't used to have this platform on the other side. So this is something new that they've opened. You can enter from both sides. Check it out. Thank you. So I'll give you an idea of some seating choices here on Septa. As you can see, it's 3 again, the center seats still unchanged after 30 years. They're still available exactly as they were. Generally speaking, right now the train is empty. So if you're with a suitcase, I like this back seat right here. It has the nice carve out for your suitcase. It is also in close proximity to business class, as I like to think in Septa. Those center seats are actually good if you are traveling with somebody else and maybe you just want some privacy or some quiet time. If the train's a little bit more full, I generally recommend this 3 side of the train, the 3 seats versus the 2, because it's often not all the way full where you're going to get that 3rd seat in the center filled. So you'll still have some room on the side. As you can see, the airport Septa we just stopped. I believe this is the B, and there might be one more stop before we start on the Center City ride. stop here at, this looks like pretty new, some of the hospitals of the University of Pennsylvania. You'll also see, of course, the main campus.
This stop, Penn, that's the station.
You'll see Penn colors. They call it Penn Medicine Station. It used to just be called University City Station. And, you know, obviously, you can walk just as well as anybody can right to the campus. Campuses.
Stop is 30th Street.
So we'll do 30th Street. And then that will take us to Suburban Station or Market East as well. We'll have to figure out which one we want to do first. Right, I'd rather. So here you can see the back of the field. And largely the entrance to Penn's campus. The real yards of Septa, or at least one of them.
This stop 30.
observe, we are still inside of 30 minutes. So it's relatively time efficient. Midday, a taxi is probably faster. But, here. So, let's take a look at a few things. You can see the art museum.
Suburban Station next stop.
We're going to be getting off at Suburban Station, so we'll just get some of this footage right here. Give you an idea of, we're going over the Schuylkill River right now. So that is the art museum up there. And we are now entering Center City as we cross this bridge.
Suburban Station this stop.
And they still have the same locks. And the original signs that they switch out depending on what train it is. All good stuff. Obviously one of the larger commuter stations for people coming in on the regional rail into the business district. It lets you off at the Parkway, generally off Benjamin Franklin Parkway and JFK, and there's a variety of exits here. So definitely think about where you're going. I think we will go, okay, let's take a look. Left my card on the train, so we're going to have to ask for some help. So, here we are in Suburban Station. A pro tip, definitely bring your ticket or mode of payment with you. You will need it to exit. A lot of these things down here are oddly very familiar. There is a whole complex 18th. Where do we want to get out? We want to go out 17th or 18th? We'll walk around for a minute and then we'll go out. So that will connect you to the Broad Street line. And as you can see, there's still there's a nice exit up here. I think we'll do that for sure.
Schedule 11:42, local 2, northbound, next to track.
This will also take us out to the Comcast Center, which is a whole new office complex. So yeah, maybe that's good. This gives you an idea of the rest of Suburban Station. And let's see, is there anything else we need to see? I think we've probably gotten a good feel for it. It largely has not changed, by the way. I think that hallmark was there 30 years ago. A lot of the old ticketing booths are still here. And some of the retail has changed. Some of it's still pretty much the same. So more traditional Philly pretzel is that style right there. It's not like the Auntie Anne's. It's probably a little bit harder, a little bit chewier, a little bit tougher. This is a stairway we could go out. I think this probably takes us to the Parkway. 1 Penn Center, yeah. And have we missed anything else we wanted to see here? We'll go through it for a second. We'll get out on the 16th and Market. I don't think there's anywhere you can go in the Northeast that doesn't have a Dunkin'. And this is no exception. So, let's see what else we have. Again, a lot of the retail here is empty. This will take us closer to City Hall. And as well, you can transfer to the blue, orange, and green lines here. Now, a lot of these courtyards and otherwise are largely courtyards for buildings and so forth. This used to be a Burger King. I don't know what it is now. Oh, it looks like it's an art center. Okay. Well, a few things have changed. Let's see what else we can find. I think this is one of the connections over to the blue line. But we're going to go towards City Hall and exit in just a moment here. Now we're here midday, so it is a little bit quieter. You can see some of the stores are closed, but some of them very vibrant, like this florist here, Philadelphia Flower Market. t-shirt store, another deli, some pizza, and yet another Dunkin'. City Hall will be straight ahead. Looks like we've entered the main thoroughfare now of Happy Jewelry and some other stores. But hey, I think it's all good. I'll also point out we're here midday. I would expect either in the morning or in the PM that it'd be much, much busier. So sick in new place called. Interesting. The Septa Welcome Center. I feel pretty welcome. And you'll see here as we get closer to City Hall, there's more activity, more action. The Philly Pretzel Factory, again, the more traditional Philly pretzel, as well as bakery. So here we are at 15th and Market. We're going to go up, and I think this will conclude our Suburban station portion of the tour.